my name is Michelle Wylie and I am a teacher at Carrongrange High School.
So, well, tell us about your role here. What is it that you do?
Sure, I'm a core teacher in our Green Hub department, Pod 1, and my pupils all have various needs, all PMLD pupils, all fantastic teenagers with demands and likes and dislikes like any other teenager, and we follow a school curriculum as much as we can similar to mainstream, but also taking in the needs of our pupils, physical needs, medical needs, etc, etc. But mainly we have a lot of fun.
I've been watching you. You clearly love your job. Why do you love it so much?
Because you've met my pupils. I don't think I need to see anything more than that. We get so much more from our pupils than we give to them, and that's on a daily basis.
So how is it working here then? What it is, what is it about the school that gives you pleasure?
There's an atmosphere in our school of can do, and that's not a corny can do. That's we will find a way and we will have a good day today. And I think all the staff that work here, no matter what's going on with bad mornings or own kids late for school or whatever your domestic situation, everybody comes in here to try their best to give our kids an experience, because that's what we come in here to create, experiences every day.
And tell me a bit more about your pupils. Why are they so special?
Again, you've met them. Our pupils have quirky likes and dislikes like any other teenager, and they come in here. Some are having bad days with medical reasons, some haven't had a great night's sleep, some have had hospital visits, some have had to cope with things that we do not imagine before they even get into school. Their school journey is like no other, waiting for their transport, their special transport, etc, relying on other people to help them. So when they get in here, they've already had a massive journey. So they come in here to have an experience and to live life and have a good time. And that's our role. We've got to deliver that.
Mm-hmm. Great stuff, yeah. So tell me about the challenge that you're going to be doing.
This all came about because my dear friend is heavily involved with Last Week Rugby Club, and last year she was one of the drivers on support vehicles for their cycling challenge. And she very enthusiastically and passionately told me about All Roads Lead to Rome. And she said that they were coming up and discussing ideas of how they could involve not just the teams that were travelling to Rome, but perhaps clubs around Scotland on statutory bikes, or what else could we do to make this wider. And I thought, well, what about amazing children that could do it on bikes and swim, albeit in their own style and their own way. So this came from a chat over coffee to, oh my goodness, let's do this for our children. Our pupils love a challenge like anybody else, and we should be finding different ways for them to experience life like every other teenager. And I thought, this is perfect.
So what exactly are you going to be doing then?
Well, when we've worked all this out, we're hoping to involve every pupil in our school in whatever manner we can comfortably make them travel. So as your teams cycle to Rome and cross over the Irish Sea and the Channel and the ferry, we will be cycling with you, albeit virtually around our playground. And when you sit in the comfort of the ferry, we're swimming the Irish Sea and the Channel and back again, using our swimming pool and our hydro pool, and also our paddleboard programme. We have a programme in school that many of our pupils get to access paddleboarding, so any kilometre that they clock up, that's going into our tally. So we'll take longer to do it than the team will, and we're still having to work out logistics of that, but by hook or by crook we will travel each mile with you round our playground.
It's very cool. I love your idea. I think it's going to go down very well indeed. But most importantly, I'm sure the kids are going to love it. What do you think it will bring to the kids?
I've said about the community and the ethos and the feeling in this place. I think we'll add to that. But they love a challenge, like we all do. They love the noise and the experience and the sense of the roar and the enthusiasm that it will bring. Music we're going to bring into this, that's a massive thing for our pupils. There are so many elements that we can add into this, not just the sporting side and the challenge side. It will be a sensory experience for every pupil in here, and I think that will be the big thing that we'll get from the challenge.
Yeah. So when are you hoping to start? Have you got a timeline?
Well, I think after our chats this morning, immediately. So we are going to do some trials as to how far we can actually travel, water and land, and then get a plan together. So probably the new year, so that we can make sure that we keep momentum up, still have that sense of urgency. I think that challenge has still got to be in there, but make sure we hit the deadline when you do.
And what ultimately are you hoping to get out of this?
A sense of accomplishments for our pupils, making memories for our pupils and their families, and lots of our pupils, also lots of our seniors that will be involved. It's their last year in school. So what better send-off for them to say, that's what I did in 6th year, that was my big challenge and that's what I delivered.
And just finally, to people who don't know too much about, some of the disabilities of some of the children here, and maybe look at them in a different way from yourself, because you know them and you've seen them and you know what they can do, what would you say to them?
I've only been in Carrongrange for a year, and each day, as much as I know my pupils surprise me of what they can do and what they can add to our lives. They are remarkable young people. My views change and are still changing as to what they can do and what they should be able to do, how they should have access to everything that we have, everything that we take for granted.